It's 12 o'clock noon on June the 7th. This is a regular meeting of the Historic Preservation Board. The meeting is now declared open. Citizens may speak on items listed on the agenda. The request to speak card should be completed and returned to the city clerk upon arrival prior to the board reaching the public comments section of the agenda. Citizen comments are limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise required by law. Comments related to the public hearing listed below will be heard when the specific hearing starts. Item A under 3. Receive, report, hold a discussion, and take action on the request to add artificial turf and update the playground equipment at 427 West Woodard. Item number 2022-037H. Ms. Dow.
Here we go. So this is what it looks like now, and they have requested to add some playground equipment and some artificial turf. And I'll let them tell you about the different elements in it. And that's talking about their the oldest church in Denison, the interior, and I think that it's pretty straightforward, but I'll let them present.
Okay. State your names, please.
I'm Alvin Bailey. I am representing St. Luke's Church as one of the parishioners and head of the school committee, and this is Whitney Ferris, our head of school. Okay. We brought our own grass. If anybody needs to see. As Mrs. Dow has shown you, our plan is to sort of improve some of our playground equipment, and let me pass this around.
Thank you. And now this is going to be as cushy as those foam rocks, right?
Yeah. In fact, part of what we want to do is get rid of all the mulch.
Good.
And replace it with this grass, which will have a much more give underneath it with some rubberized stuff. And then we'll have these lower pieces of playground equipment, which will be better for the children, and that's been approved by licensing with the daycare centers and good stuff like that. And we'll also be better able to spread out the playground equipment so that the climbing rocks are a little further out and the little walking logs and those things. So we'll be able to spread the kids out on the playground a little better, a little be more safer, and I think it'll look better.
I think it looks great. And my grandson graduated from St. Luke's, and I'm sure that he would enjoy this play equipment a lot more than what he had. So I say yay.
Thank you. Any other questions? And I think there was I think the next slide actually shows how it would be laid out. The church is there to the top of the slide, and you can see it just spreads out better. And more room for more kids.
Are there any issues with artificial turf in regards to sanitation?
No, this actually improves our drainage.
So is it just kids, or can adults go there?
As long as the kids are, you may come after 6 and on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay.
Otherwise, we have to give you a pass.
There's no seesaws to bounce you off of. Or those merry-go-rounds to throw you off into the gravel.
All of us baby boomers who survived the merry-go-round know better. It just,
I was asking for George.
fair enough.
Any more questions for Alvin or comments?
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. I would entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move to approve the request to add artificial turf and upgrade the playground equipment at St. Luke's School, 427 West Woodard.
I second the motion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. There being none, then the motion is carried. Thank you. Item B, receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on the request to add signage at 101 East Main Street, number 101. Item number 2022-038H. Ms. Dow?
Oh, he's recusing himself.
Does he need, this is really a conflict of interest.
She's taking care of it.
Yeah.
He represents he's the leasing agent for the property.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
So this sign is for Lookalikes, a new business there at the Katy Depot, and they would like to put it on this side of the building. I'll let her describe where exactly, and then that's the look of the sign. And we don't see any problems with the sign, but she can describe what it looks like more and the location of it.
Hi, thank you for seeing me. I've never done this before, so I'm not intimidated at all. So.
Would you say your name, please?
Okay, so my name's Janet Richardson. I'm a co-owner of Lookalikes, and we are in Katy Depot, which we love. We love being in Denison. We just would like to put a sign on the outside. It's not a very large sign, but if you can see in between the windows on the south side, that's what we're thinking about, 10 feet up. So that would be visible from the street, because we really, other than our little sign there that you see, that's the only signage we have, and it blows over most days because the wind is so bad. So, you know, so that's basically, this is kind of a rough draft. My daughter's really the graphic designer, and I had to do this myself. So it'll look similar to this with our logo in the middle, worth more than it cost at the bottom, and then a luxury boutique for women. It might be a little bit different font here. But that's basically kind of what it looks like. It's very simple. It's not real complicated. So we're just hoping to get that approved.
Is this design similar to the one that we approved for the depot itself? Donna?
So, I don't think so. I think that's a vertical
Okay.
sign.
I know I'd seen this design before on some rendering of the depot. I just can't remember what the occasion was. Are we going to use this as a standard for signage down at the depot?
Marcus is aware of it, and I don't know that he's going to allow a lot of signs on the exterior of the building, but they do have an outward-facing location.
Where
And
is
so,
this going to be in conjunction, like on this building, this, that we're looking at right now, where's it gonna be?
I don't, let's see,
Like between the
she
two
said
windows?
between the two arch windows
Mhm.
Two arch
that are
windows,
visible, so kind of to the right side of the,
And about 10 feet back.
10 feet up, yes.
The other signage that we had approved that George is talking about, was that not going to be like for the business owners inside, that they would put their signs there?
yes.
So this one would be in addition to, wouldn't have it there as well?
I don't know. They have not shared anything like that with me as far as putting our business on their signage. I don't know if they have with you. They haven't shared that with us at all. They just said we would have to go through this process to get this approved, so.
I wouldn't approve of a hodgepodge of signage in design, size, anything. And I would want to know that there was some plan for the future, because obviously we hope it's going to be fully occupied with, or at least some of the tenants are going to want some signage. And if in fact we did approve one that had multiple entities, or the potential for multiple entities, then that's what we need to look at in the future. But I feel uncomfortable about everybody just sticking a sign on the outside of the building.
Right,
I do
as
well.
I do.
I don't think that, it didn't sound like, because there's only a couple that have outside. Everything else is interior. So I don't know if they're.
That doesn't alter the way I feel.
Has this been approved by the owner of the depot?
Yes,
It has.
yes.
Sign shape, size, placement.
So I understand it is going to be on the vertical wood trim between the two windows?
Well, it's not wood trim, it's
It's
brick.
It's brick.
Okay, I'm looking at this picture, and it shows it mounted.
That's just a
That's-
picture of the
yeah.
sign, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's a mock-up,
so this is gonna be on the brick,
yes.
and the depot owner's aware of where you wanna put it?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of agree with my fellow board members that I'd like to see some kind of a standard for signage over there.
We also don't know here how big the proposed sign is, and that's critical clearly.
It's on there, it's 26 in diameter, it's in the application.
26 diameter, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Janet, that I
That's
didn't
okay.
see that.
That's okay, it's on the page 2, on the bottom, round.
Oh, I see, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, I guess I would wish, in the best of all possible worlds, that the business owner came and we had perhaps an informal conversation with him about his intentions and plans for signage. I'm not willing to
You mean the
proceed.
depot owner?
Yes, yes. I'm not willing to proceed until we know that there's some uniformity plan.
I have a question, so if theirs is, what is theirs, rectangle, vertical?
It's vertical.
If ours were shaped differently, because we can get it shaped differently than round, we don't have
I
to
would
use
still-
round.
No, the problem is not with the round
Okay.
signage. What my co-board member here is saying is that there's already signage approved that allowed for advertising of the businesses that were inside the building. So what you're wanting to do now is to have your own advertising on the building, which we had not approved prior to this.
Okay.
And the design of your sign, to me, is fine, and it's not overpowering or anything, it's just that we would like to hear from the depot owner that this is going to be something that's going to be repeated for all of the businesses that are in there, or if this is just a one-time thing, or,
Yeah, I understand.
And I may be speaking out of turn here, but you have exterior windows, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, once again, this is something that we would need to hear from the building owner about, but one might ask for outward-facing windows, or inwards as well, some kind of vinyl signage on the glass. And that would be something that I'd like to make sure we're all on the same page about. Right?
Yes, I could call him, but do you want him to come here?
I would like him to come here because we might have more than
Okay,
one.
okay. So,
Yes.
Donna, you were saying that there's a possibility we may have a special meeting,
yes,
so perhaps we could roll that into it
right,
to minimize the amount of delay on the signage.
right.
Would that be satisfactory with you, ma'am?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You can understand.
Oh, I understand, yes.
Our reservation.
Absolutely,
And in
yes.
fact, you found a beautiful place for your business, and
I
you
know.
want it to be as
Yeah.
beautiful as
Yes.
it can be.
I agree, yeah. Okay.
I think I need a motion to table this request.
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Do I have a second?
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same sign. There being none, then the request is tabled until the next meeting. Thank you. Do you know where Robert went?
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He may have gone home. Welcome back. Okay, item C, receive a report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request to add vinyl window signage to the front of 519 West Main Street, item number 2022-039H. Ms. Dow?
Okay, this is Bubba Thompson is moving in there and has requested vinyl window signage and simple request, and so I'll let him speak to that.
Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Hi, I'm Bubba Thompson. I'm a local real estate agent here in North Texas. I grew up here, so, and used to hang out on Denison Main Street. So I've loved seeing how this community is growing here, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I am moving into 519. I would like some window signage there. I tried to keep it as simple as possible. With just the black lettering there, the vinyl siding, which is going to be done by the Hanging T here locally.
Any questions for the gentleman? I have just one.
Okay.
In the one photo, it
Yes.
looks like there's a gold circle in the window.
That is the venue. So there's a couple of there's the venue that's in the back. So they're going to keep their signage there just so they have some signage as well.
Okay, great, understand.
I think it's a tasteful sign. I think it is too. That is the placement of it at the top.
Well, in that top photo, it's a little bit off. As you can see, it'll be down just a little bit here to be more in line with that circle.
Right.
It'll be a little bit easier on the eye. That bottom photo, you can see it's kind of pulled down
Right.
a little bit further. But yeah, it'll be lined up so it won't. And I kept it up a little bit higher so when you are walking through that you can kind of see in because, yeah.
Yeah.
What is in the lower right-hand corner?
That is a QR code.
I thought it might be.
Yeah, so the QR code, if someone's just browsing, if it's after hours or something, they can just goes directly to my website.
Nice.
Clever.
Like that. I like that.
Any more discussion or questions?
Well, I have a couple more asides, just like the playground.
Yeah.
My brother's name is Bubba Thompson.
Oh, is it really? Oh my
I
gosh.
don't think that represents a conflict.
He must be a really neat person.
And I used to live at 519, so.
Really?
I have an affection for the building.
Awesome. I'll take good care of it.
Huh?
I'll take good care of it.
Welcome.
She's making all that up, Bubba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to have a human interest story for everything.
Yes, yes.
Thank you, Bubba.
All right, thank y'all so
Thank
much.
you.
Uh-huh.
Welcome to the street.
Yes. Glad to be here.
Can I have a motion?
I move to approve the request to add vinyl window signage to the front of 519 West Main Street.
A second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. There being none, then motion is carried. Thank you.
Donna, I like that scannable code on the window. We need to share that with people. That's good. I mean, am I missing something? I'm a Luddite about that.
Bubba, you may be setting a trend here.
It keeps it simple. You can, like if you were putting it somewhere else, you had events going on. Am I speaking out of turn? I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
You could always get different QR codes printed up if you were
Right.
had an event going on. You could peel them off and stick them on.
The parish restaurant down in the depot is already using that for a menu.
Yes, lots of menus right now.
Right.
The only problem though with that is you bring it up on your phone and it's very small.
Well, we'll share that with building owners or tenants. That's great. That's great.
Thank you. Item D, receive report, hold a discussion, and take action on a request to repair and paint the facade at 405 West Main. Item number 2022-007H. Ms. Dow.
Okay, this is a building that has been before us, and they removed the awning. It's with 401 and 407, and they needed to find out what was under it before they moved on. They want a flat awning in the on the storefront, but they don't have that designed yet, and you've got to get an engineered drawing. And so they want it to look nicer in the meantime, and so they've chosen a color snowed in from the recommended list, and that is in the meantime, and that's what it would look like with the awning, and that is the color snowed in. So it's kind of a light gray.
Color that was used for Dance Explosion.
No, that's a white.
The building that my wife previously owned at 404 is painted just about the same color as Dance Explosion. And we may get too many buildings of like color in that block. That's my only concern with this.
Is there anything to preclude it being more compatible with Wayne? I mean, basically, it's an extension of the same vision or project. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about that at this point.
Right.
But I wouldn't want us to move too far down the road and have something that was visually cacophonous when it didn't have to be. Because,
So the existing brick is to remain as is, then the trim around the bottom part is to remain as is, so the only thing that's getting paint is just that one section right there.
Right, right.
Blasted.
So the steel column is not going to be painted, or is?
Wait, let's go back to that.
Yeah.
To the drawing.
Do we know their plans for that steel column on that east side?
Across there?
The post?
oh, it's actually, it says something to be painted here. Maybe not, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Can you go back to,
There.
There.
It says to be painted.
yeah, steel column to be painted, but do we know how?
Oh, okay, okay.
And I'm not, there's something up there near the top on the right that says sandblast, but I'm not sure what they're wanting to sandblast.
He was sandblasting that yesterday, and he's trying to sandblast all the loose paint off, and he was trying to sandblast that white paint off that he got on from the Dance Explosion on that collar.
Ew.
He was sandblasting that whole area yesterday. And I
So
think
he was
got
not,
most of it
was he
off.
power washing
It
or?
was water, it was water.
Okay.
I mean, it says sandblasted, but it was power wash, water, from what I could tell.
Do you know who was doing the work?
Matt, his name's Matt, but it's Alan through Tony. I
I'd
can't remember
rather
Alan's last name.
I'd rather see some color other than white used. I'm afraid there's just gonna be too much white on that one corner.
Okay.
Am I the only one that feels that way? or-
No, I mean, you're not the only one. Once again, I would want to see that there was some consistency with the other building that's been redone right next to it.
You're saying you'd like to see them painted the same color?
Well,
white?
we're talking about an interim solution, but we don't want to exclude or preclude something further down the road. And, seemed to be, if it's an interim one, then why not just use the same color, even if what happens in the future is gonna be different?
Why are we calling this an interim?
Well, because we don't know, I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen to that surface, do we?
Well, the surface will remain the same. There will be an awning placed over it.
Right.
That would be the final color until someone decides to repaint the building.
I don't know why I got that entering notion.
I'm confused here, maybe somebody can help me. So today's item is to approve this certain area to be painted the snow white.
Right.
And it's an innocent question, I'm not going anywhere with it, but why wouldn't they bring forward what the facade, the end result is to look like? Color of the awning, the color of the, is there a reason for that they're just wanting approval to paint this area white today?
The reason that they want to paint it is to get it to look better in the interim, and that's maybe where you got the, yeah. But they want it to look better until they get drawings for the awning.
I wonder if it could be a possibility for it to look better, that they would go ahead and prime it in the interim.
At least it would be one consistent color.
Yeah.
Well, look, let me say one other thing, George. So, given that, if it's an interim thing, and they understand it's an interim thing, and that they're aware that there has to be an overall approval of the entire facade, colors, design, are we in agreement that they could, per your suggestion, put a snow white primer on it for a particular basis or not?
We consider doing that. I have one question though. There's a strip of tile down the left-hand side of the facade and across the bottom that I think might be that glass that was used in the nail salon that burned down. So probably will not be able to paint over that.
Right.
So
Hey, Donna.
I'd like to see a color that kind of matches or complements that tile. Otherwise, the tile's gonna stick out like a sore thumb on that facade.
The applicant's not here.
No.
I wonder if you could maybe table it to the next meeting and have him come and explain what he's gonna do? Because I think right now everyone's kind of just guessing.
Thank you.
So for clarity, it might be good to table it and have
I like
him
that suggestion.
This drawing does say that the Art Deco trim to remain as is.
So we're assuming those long tile pieces? Not that,
In the red, see right here?
yeah, because it does go all the way up. And then is that like some kind of corrugated metal?
It is.
But we're not calling that Art Deco.
No.
Good.
So David Spindle this is one of his projects, but he's not here. So,
We can just put it aside.
Be a good record for the day. Another one we can table. I don't like tabling these, but I think we're gonna have to speak with the owner of the building or whoever's behind this project to find out just what their intention is.
And I need to know what they're gonna be doing with that steel column.
the one that's going
This is
across.
the
Well,
one
it's-
that's up and down.
Okay.
That
That
says
steel
to be
column.
painted, to be painted.
The steel column as it stands right now is already like 3 or 4 different colors. As it goes up almost to the top of the building.
Yeah, see.
Did Dance Explosion already paint part of that?
They did.
They did?
It's that white that you're seeing right there. That's where he taped that building off.
Okay.
There you go. That's the picture I took this morning.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. The column's half painted. And that wall is probably owned, it's shared between 2 buildings, correct?
The column has to be one color who
Yeah.
owns it. Or perhaps multiple colors, but it can't be split in two. I'm just saying. Technicolor green code. So, Mr. Chair, I move that this item be tabled until we can have more information from someone.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. There being none, then we approve the motion to table this item. Okay. Staff updates. Receive report and hold a discussion regarding staff updates. Do you have any? Great.
So this is 327 West Main, and that's Casey Shire's building. They have began changes to it, and we let them know, and they were supposed to get the application to me. I haven't received it yet. So it's there. This one, they didn't apply for demolition of the structure, the drive-through, and that's one that's got to be coming through us. I just wanted to show you the changes to that.
I noticed they started working on that building.
And then that's 401 West Main. And the reason for the special meeting, they had verbally told me, David Spindle did, that they wanted to keep the same application. You've already approved the paint. They wanted to present the awning without the sign. So that's what we need a special meeting for, is for you to consider that. That's the awnings that are proposed. And that's the awnings with a little bit lower look to them.
Can I see the other rendering?
So what are we seeking?
So that's the way it is now.
Yeah.
They're coming to us at a special meeting yet to be determined to get approval for the awnings.
Oh, I thought we already had approved them.
You didn't approve the
We
awning.
tabled it.
Is this the same placement of the awnings that they had before
Yes.
And that's what they're proposing
to keep?
to present to you, minus the sign. So, we just need to see if everybody's available for a special meeting. It won't be before next Monday. We could have it at the same time next Tuesday if y'all are available, if the meeting room is available. After that. Okay.
Obviously, I'll be here. Yeah, just move my name tag around.
Depending upon the time, I probably would not be able to make that because I have to go down to DFW that day.
What's the
That day?
necessity for the expediency, because we're talking about one week difference?
David Spindle had to wait because we didn't have the middle meeting in May because I was out. And so I didn't get that placed on the agenda. And we missed it because I didn't have anything in writing, and I had a stroke between then. So,
Well, obviously I'll be here and I'm fine with that, but if George can't be.
No, I can't be here.
could you Monday?
Her flight gets in, appears 2:30 our time
On Monday?
on Tuesday, the 14th.
Okay.
And is that when you were planning on holding it on Tuesday?
Yes, but I asked instead if y'all could do it Monday.
I'm sorry, you asked
If you could do it Monday.
Monday should be okay.
Noon. Okay. Bob,
Do you want to try for noon on Monday?
if Bob says yes. Bob, I haven't.
Perhaps we could consider that other item that was tabled.
Well, that's what I was hoping, because she's been waiting as well. Okay, so we'll have to see if the meeting room is available, but Monday at noon. Okay.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
Okay. The meeting is adjourned.